Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Kinsey is with us in Tacoma, Washington. Hi, Kinsey. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
So my husband and I have been on your plan off and on, but we've paid off all our debt at one point, and then I was stupid, got back into it. But we're like scorched earth, really, really on this plan to get out of debt. And one of the driving forces is we want to cash flow our kids' college. Well, and this is like the perfect day listening to all of these kids adults having to pay for college again, all their stuff. Anyways, I have told my kids, I have a 21, 19, and a 17-year-old girls, and I've told them since they were in middle school, we will pay for college, but you have to live at home. And you have to go to a school that we approve of. You have to have good grades, but we will cash flow your school. We're not doing debt. We have been very transparent about the struggle we've had with debt, the night, the sleep that we lost, everything
fine.
like that.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing except the live at home part.
Why do you add that? You have to live at home.
Because I don't pay for other people's rent. So where I live, there are so many colleges within 20 minutes of our home that there is no reason for you to not live at home.
Okay. So it's your money and those are your rules. What's your question?
So my daughter refuses to stay home and go to school. She wants to go to a state school, but she wants to go to WSU, which is over in Pullman, which is 6 hours away.
Cool.
And they require you to live on campus. And you have to have the food program, which is about $2,500 to $4,000 a year.
So she's opting out. Hold on. This is very simple. She's opting out of your rules. She opted out.
Yes. And it's very difficult for me.
Absolutely. And I've dealt with my entire career has been spent sitting with parents, and you drew a hard line, a very hard line, and you
very
said,
clear line.
A very clear line. This is the way this is going to be. And she said, "Cool, I'm going that way." And so the other side of a very clear, very firm, hard line is other people can say, well, then I don't want anything to do with that boundary.
But that doesn't obligate you to pay.
No, it doesn't mean you
she
did the
gets
wrong
none
thing.
of your money, right?
No, I said I would help with some groceries.
No. She gets none of your money.
That's the rule you set up.
None of your money.
Yes.
No, she opted out.
But it's like it kills me when you see your kid running into.
It's really heartbreaking to watch people you love do stupid butt things, but you don't get to vote anymore once they're adults.
And the same as if your parents started spending their money and they were in their 80s, and it's heartbreaking because they keep sending money overseas to somebody who cares about
or your best friend buys $100,000 worth of crypto because he's an idiot. You can't stop him from doing it.
One of the hardest things is when you love somebody and they're doing hard things that are not going to be good for them.
And so also if she signs up for all of these loans and things because she has nothing saved, she's not doing
she has to pay them back. She's making a choice.
Do I have
No, you're not
liable.
liable. You're not liable. Don't sign anything. I refuse to participate in your insanity. I love you too much to buy your cocaine. You're an addict.
Okay.
She opted out.
See, she thinks, this is the reason we're being so strong on this. I know what she thinks. She thinks you're going to give her money anyway.
And I can't. I have two other girls that...
Doesn't she?
Does she think that?
She does think that, but I have to hold true because my oldest moved out, so we stopped school.
Yep.
Our middle one is staying home. We're paying for school.
Yep.
So we have to stay true to what we've said.
It's unfair to the other two for you to not have integrity.
Correct.
Zero help. Now, listen, the one thing I have learned, and it is I think it's the hardest stage of parenting, is being a parent to people who are grown up. Because they're allowed to vote now. I can't tell them what to do anymore. I can't use my dad voice. It no longer works. I can only use it on the radio on a listener, but I can't use it on my kids. But that doesn't even work there, actually. But, I can't use my dad voice anymore. Not even the dog listens to my dad voice anymore. It's just gone. I lost my dad voice. It goes, I have to use persuasion with everyone now. Mm-hmm. And so my grown kids get the exact same approach when I disagree with them that one of my good friends would get. I either just stand back and watch and hold my nose, or I sit down beside them and I go, I love you. And I've got some ideas here of some dumb things I've done in the past, and it kind of looks like some of the stuff you're thinking about doing. Would you like some advice from an older, wiser friend? If you say no, then I have to shut up. But if you say yes, I'll give it to you. And you have to go at it, like I've got a friend, I've got friends my age who have grown kids that are in their 30s and 40s. One of them called us the other day and said, hey, we have teenagers. You raised 3 great kids. Can we take you to dinner? We want to ask you how to do that. So I have to use, but what I told them was persuasion. I didn't get to tell them what to do.
Right.
They ask, and I get to tell them what I thought. And but that's how John persuades me, or I persuade John. Same thing. That's all you can do. But you might want to try that, because I got a feeling in your frustration you've used your mom voice.
Oh, absolutely.
And your kids called your bluff, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I've been working really hard on not talking at them, but talking with them. And
did you say this is 3 girls?
I have 3 girls. Yes.
Where's Dad in this conversation?
So he backs me up. We're in a different, we're almost out of our debt. And so he's kind of weighing, okay, maybe we do this. And I said, no, we have to hold true.
So that's what I meant.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I meant.
So
I want him to come around front of this instead of you.
Yeah.
And I want him to take his daughter to coffee and say, baby doll, I love you. And I as somebody who loves you, not as your dad, I think you're making a mistake here, and I want you to rethink it.
And I also want to challenge you on something too. Okay. Not on this particular one, but I'm challenging the bedrock that you've anchored into. One of the greatest gifts a parent can give their kids sometimes is to say the words, I went about this the wrong way.
Not the thing is wrong, but I went about it the wrong way.
I don't think this is wise. I want to take you to coffee and say, hey, let me walk you through why I'm making this choice. Because I'll tell you this, and everybody can disagree with me, that's fine, but after working in colleges for 20 years, 4 different ones across a couple of states, and consulting in a gajillion more, if my kids decide to go to college, one of my rules is you have to live on campus, because I want them to experience a bunch of different people and learn about how other people do life. That's different. That's a different philosophy, but here's the deal. Your kid is going to say, I'm going to go for this one then. So you set a set of rules, great. Either live and die by it.
I want Dad to spend some time talking about why.
Well,
why?
I actually want Mom and Dad to sit down and say, okay, do we actually both believe this?
Okay, and then why?
Because it sounds like Mom made a line and Dad's just going along with it.
But why?
But why?
And stick with it. Why?
That's right.
You got to talk to a teenager. You got to talk to a grown child as a grown sibling. A grown child is what it is. Oxymoron. As an equal, and talk about why. Yeah. Here's why I believe this. Here's why I'm trying to talk you into it. This is the Ramsey Show.